Before they were champions, before they made history, Harlem Heat almost vanished before they even began. From offensive gimmicks and racist crowds to live TV regrets. This is the powerful and untold story of Booker T and Stevie Ray, a journey. From struggle to wrestling immortality, before they ever stepped foot in WCW. Stevie Ray and Booker T were just two brothers from Houston, Texas. Life wasn't easy. Booker T, the youngest of 8 kids, lost both parents by the age of 13. He ended up bouncing between relatives until he moved in with his older brother, Stevie. But Booker took a dark turn. In 1987, he and some friends, all dressed in Wendy's uniforms, robbed a series of fast food restaurants. It wasn't long before police connected the dots. Booker pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. He served about a year and a half before being released on parole in 1992. It could have ended there. Stevie Ray had other plans. He knew his little brother had the charisma and athleticism to be more than a statistic. Stevie was already wrestling on the Texas indie scene and convinced Booker to join him. Booker trained at Ivan Putski's wrestling school under Scott Casey. He debuted as G.I. Bro and quickly teamed up with Stevie. Together, they became the Ebony Experience and the Global Wrestling Federation, winning the tag titles 3 times. Their chemistry was undeniable. Booker's explosive energy and Stevie's commanding presence made them a standout tag team. They weren't just wrestling, they were performing with purpose, something to prove. In GWF, their matches with teams like the Bad Breed showcased their toughness and charisma. But it wasn't just about the belts, it was about getting noticed. And that's exactly what happened. WCW came calling. But WCW didn't just want wrestlers, they wanted characters. Rebranded as Cole and Cole, the brothers were introduced as prisoners owned by Colonel Parker. Brought to the ring in shackles. The gimmick sparked instant outrage. Turner Broadcasting refused to air the segment. Even in the early 90s, it crossed the line. Booker later called WCW a good OL boys club. Stevie claimed it was partly their idea, but Booker doesn't remember it that way. Either way, the gimmick was quickly scrapped, but not before it left a scar. Instead of quitting, they doubled down. Harlem Heat was born, and they didn't just rise, they dominated. With Sister Sherry by their side, Harlem Heat tore through WCW's tag division. They battled the Steiner brothers, the Nasty Boys, Sting and Luger, and the American Males. Between 1994 and 1999, they captured the WCW Tag Team titles 10 times more than any team in company history. Booker brought the flash. Stevie brought the fire. And together, they made Harlem Heat the most feared and respected duo in WCW. But it wasn't all smooth. Backstage politics often left them off major pay-per-views. Still, they showed up and delivered every single night. Then came 1996. WCW's Hog Wild event in Sturgis, South Dakota. Thousands of mostly white bikers surrounded the ring. Confederate flags in the crowd. Harlem Heat stepped out and the hostility was immediate. Stevie Ray said they tried to get me. Thousands of motorcycle people. I called a few guys toothless. I talked about how sad they looked. It's not my fault. That's what they looked like. The fans booed through bottles, hurled slurs, but Harlem Heat didn't flinch. They stood their ground and wrestled like pros. That same year, they lost the titles to the outsiders Hall and Nash, and after that, silence started. Harlem Heat barely got booked. No rematches, no title shots. Some say Hall and Nash didn't want to work with them. WCW never said why. But Harlem Heat, the team that once carried the division, was suddenly left behind. Then in 1997, Booker T cut a fiery promo. And in the heat of the moment, accidentally said the N-word, live on pay-per-view. The regret hit instantly, he covered. His face, he later said, that was the worst moment of my life. I wanted to bury my head in the sand, but it didn't break him. Booker apologized and got back in the ring and kept winning. By 1998, Harlem Heat had faded. Sherry and Jacqueline were gone. Stevie was out with injury. Booker stepped up, winning singles gold and proving he was one of the best in the world. He beat Chris Benoit, Bret Hart, and went on to become a 5-time WCW World Champion. Stevie returned for a brief NWO run and Harlem Heat reunited. But it wasn't the same. Then came Harlem Heat 2000, a feud between Booker and Big T over the letter T. Yes, the letter T. That was the final nail. Stevie moved into commentary. Booker left for WWE, where he continued to build a Hall of Fame career. Then, in 2019, the moment they waited for came. Harlem Heat was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. 2 brothers. 10 titles. 1 legacy. Stevie thanked Booker for saving his life. Booker said Harlem Heat wasn't just a name, it was a mission. They broke barriers. They survived racism. And they never backed down. If Harlem Heat earned your respect today, hit that like button and subscribe button for more wrestling stories from the past that hit just as hard as the matches. Drop a in the comments if you ever popped when Booker T said, "Can you dig it, sucka?" Thanks for watching. Be coming for the truth.